It was 2009. Ubisoft released Assassin's Creed 2 with a challenge to the world. They wanted to end game piracy forever, so they introduced a new system called Always Online. This means every single player has to be connected to their servers every second. If your internet dropped, the game paused. They called it the Uncrackable Protection. But this was a challenge to the internet, and the internet never loses, because within 24 hours, the Uncrackable Protection server was emulated, bypassed, and deleted. The millions spent on defense and cutting-edge encryption was all gone by an invisible army. But how? That's where our story begins. To understand how games get cracked, first, you need to understand how the developers try to lock them. Back in the 90s, if you wanted to play a game, you needed just one thing: the CD key. It was printed on the back of the manual. The logic was simple. If you have the box, you have the code. If you have the code, you own the game. The game wasn't checking if you paid, it was checking if the math worked. So the hackers built keygens. This is a program that reversed the math and spit out valid codes infinitely. The gaming industry lost millions of revenue, and that's when things turned ugly. By the early 2000s, the gaming companies came up with two powerful weapons, SafeDisk and Securom. They became the physical keys, because now the game needed to feel the disk spinning in your drive. If the disk wasn't in the drive, the game wouldn't start. But hackers found a way over it. They tricked the computer into thinking the disk was spinning in the drive, even though the drive was empty. And gaming companies lost their minds. They needed a more powerful weapon to fight back. And then came DRM, Digital Rights Management. Think of DRM like a security guard that follows you around while you play the game, always watching, always checking, and never trusting you. So when you play the games, the DRM checks your ID against a list on the servers. Did you buy this game? If the server says yes, DRM lets you play the game. That is how Steam and Epic Games actually work. But hackers found a way to kill that conversation. They created a fake server inside your own computer that pretended to be the real server. So when the game asks, "Did he pay?" the hacker's code steps in and say, "Yes, he's a VIP." The game believes a lie and then opens. But then everything changed. The gaming companies created another monster, the boss of encryption, Denuvo. Here is why Denuvo was a nightmare for hackers. Unlike normal DRM that checks you once at the start, Denuvo encrypts the game while it's running. It creates a unique digital fingerprint based on your specific hardware. If you change your RAM or update Windows, Denuvo might lock you out. For years, the elite hacker groups went silent, and Denuvo seemed unbeatable. But in the shadows, the war was not over. A new strategy emerged. Hackers began using advanced reverse engineering with tools like IDA Pro. Crackers use it to freeze a game at the exact moment it's talking to Denuvo's servers. And in that frozen moment, they can see everything. So when the game says, "Is this user valid?" instead of letting Denuvo answer, hackers change the code at that critical moment and tell the game, "Don't ask, just run." So the industry made one last move. If hackers can crack anything running on your computer, then take the game off your computer entirely. Modern games are now moving gameplay to the cloud. Things that used to happen on your machine now happen on a data center you'll never visit. Cracking this would mean breaking into the gaming servers. And for the first time, the game industry might have found something genuinely uncrackable. But sometimes developers have a sense of humor. Instead of crashing the game, they let you play. They introduce something called fade protection. In GTA 4, if the game detected a crack, it just made the camera drunk, making the game unplayable. But here's what most people don't know. Behind every cracked game is an entire team of organizations like Reloaded, Core, and CPY. And each member has a role. One studies the code, another builds the crack, and another tests it across different computers. For them, if buying isn't owning, then maybe piracy isn't stealing. So if you've ever used a cracked game, smash that like and subscribe for more stories.